What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, Ja Rule and Fat Joe ended their verses, and let me just say this was a fire versus, one of the best yet I have seen. Both guys did their things. Let me just, before I get to breaking down, recap, and tell y'all who won, let me just say this. Ja Rule, a lot of people scared to go up against Ja Rule. Ja Rule is known for having a lot of hits. He challenged 50 Cent. 50 Cent didn't want to go up against him. Other rappers, he challenged. A lot of people were ducking him. Fat Joe stepped out on faith and decided, I'll take him. Plus, that's a very good friend of mine, so it's no big deal. A lot of people don't think I got hits. So when this matchup was put together, you know, everybody just know, like, man, Ja Rule about to blow this man out the water. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Fat Joe for being a good sport, a good competitor. He did very well. You know what I'm saying? He did very well. Ja Rule, too. The thing I want to say about Ja Rule is this. Not too many people that perform live sound like they do in the studio. He one of the few artists that actually sound in real life like he actually sound in the studio. And tonight when they were doing the verses and they were performing, man, I'm talking about they both did very well, man. They were very entertaining throughout the whole entire verses, which made you appreciate it even more. You got to look into their personalities and character, and it was funny. It was super funny and hilarious, man. In fact, I want to play y'all a little clip of what I mean by that. This is funny to me. Watch this. And this went on throughout the whole entire night.
Everybody rich.
Yo, rest in peace to the legendary Big Pun.
Don't do that.
Pun, but that's not your record, Crack.
Yeah, that's my record.
That's not your fucking record.
I produced that record. That's my record. You ain't been watching verses.
You didn't write it.
You ain't been watching verses,
You
nigga.
produced it.
Executive producer.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I thought I was playing it for y'all. I messed up. Okay. Let's go back right here. Watch this. This was funny. This was very hilarious, man. Watch this.
Everybody rich.
Yo, rest in peace to the legendary Big Pun.
Don't do that.
Pun, but that's not your record, Crack.
Yeah, that's my record.
That's not your fucking record.
I produced that record. That's my record. You ain't been watching verses.
You didn't write it.
You ain't been watching verses,
You
nigga.
produced it.
Executive producer.
That
What do you
don't
want to
count.
do?
You gotta push the buttons, nigga.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta hit
count,
the
nigga.
buttons, nigga.
You got
that
me
shit
fucked.
don't mean nothing. Hey, yo, if you don't hit the buttons, is that producing?
Yes. Ask Gotti, nigga. Don't go there.
Gotta
Don't
hit
go
the
there.
buttons. Let me tell you something.
If you
not
mad,
producing.
just say that,
But
John.
hold on.
If you mad because you getting your ass whipped,
I'm not,
just say that,
stop
John.
it, Crack.
This was funny. This was funny, man. This was funny, man. This was a good versus. This was, again, one of the best I have seen. They both was entertaining.
Like 6 to 5.
It was funny throughout the whole entire. It was funny throughout the whole entire night. They kept you entertained. They had hits, and I'm gonna keep it real. Some of these hits, as far as from Fat Joe, I didn't even know. But shouts out to both of them. Let's go into it and get right off into it. Fat Joe go first. He had this song called Gotta Flow. You Gotta Flow. It was more of a hip-hop, New Yorker sounding type thing, like something they're doing a cypher. It was okay. It was okay. I really didn't like it much. Then Ja Rule had this one song. I don't even know what the title was, but I know he kept saying murder, murder, you know, so I'm thinking that was the name of it, called Murder. I gave that to Ja Rule. It was an okay song, too. I gave that to Ja Rule. Then Fat Joe came off with his second song called Live My Life. That was an okay song. That was okay. More still hip-hop-ish, like. Ja Rule came off with the song "Can I Get It?" Whoop whoop. All of my with Jay-Z and them, you know. Ain't that a meal in that too? Well, he came out, he did that. You know, the crowd was going crazy. And here's another thing I noticed in his verses. This had a lot to do with preference to some degree, but I also noticed that Fat Joe bought more of a hip hop-ish, and it's like Ja Rule was like hip hop, R&B, and commercialized, you know. So I gave that to Ja Rule. Again, like I said, a lot of people took Ja Rule to just blow this thing out going up against Fat Joe. So right now it's 2-zip, Ja Rule to Fat Joe, none. Fat Joe come on with this other song called Joey Crack, Joey Crack, Kaiser Salsa song, fire song. It was nice. I liked it. It was a good song. Never heard it before. Then Ja Rule come on with this song called Effing with Murder Inc. is Murder. You know, I gave that one to Fat Joe. So Fat Joe get on the board. So the third song I gave to Fat Joe. Going into the fourth song, Fat Joe had this song called Paper. And it went up against Ja Rule's song, Holla, Holla, you know. So I gave that to Ja Rule. So it's 3-1 in Ja Rule's favor going into the fifth song. Fat Joe had a song called, he had a song that with Remy Ma came out as a special guest on that song. And in that song when Remy Ma came out, man, I'm telling you, it was funny again. This thing was like funny throughout the night. Like, it was funny throughout the night, very, you know, and Ja Rule, Ja Rule, them silly, man. That was silly, ain't funny. Watch this. Watch this. Let me play you a clip. Watch this. Get y'all a little clip of this. Remy Ma come out looking good, man, in her little leopard outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck a job. Damn, bro.
Hold up.
Yo,
How
bro,
you
come
feeling,
here.
real?
Come
That's how
here.
you feeling, real?
My bad, my bad, my
That's how
bad.
you
Come here,
feeling,
come here, man.
real?
It's still
Come here,
one
bro.
leg stepping on Joe's good friend job.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Save him,
Peace.
Rim. Save
Please
him,
get your
Rim.
body, Joe.
Save him, Rim.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, you
I
had
don't
to
know if
bring
you know.
Remy out to
You're
save
getting
you.
your ass whipped
You
right
had
now
to bring
on
Remy out to
TV.
save you.
This is fucked up. If
Yo.
you love real hip hop, make some motherfucking noise. New York, where the fuck you at?
Hey, yo. You had to bring Remy to save you. This is fucking...
True indeed. Remy Ma definitely did save him. I had Remy Ma, that song she did with Fat Joe. Then Ja Rule came and answered with that song. Every little thing that we do is between me and you. But that song Fat Joe and Remy Ma did, that was fire. They were flowing too. Remy Ma did her thing, added a little fight to it too. I gave that to Fat Joe. So right now it's 3-2 in Ja Rule favor going into the sixth song. Another song with Remy Ma again. Remy Ma again and Fat Joe. Another song with them. They did the song called I believe that song was called All the Way Up. Watch this, fire. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. It was fire. Hold on, I want to play y'all a little clip of this too. Hold on, wait. What's going on, Remy? Okay. Go back a little bit. Okay. Watch this. That's Remy and her.
She'll be back to save him some more. But let me...
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I want y'all to see this. This is kind of funny, man. This verse was nice throughout the night. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, let's take it from here. Watch this.
It's like
Don't play your
it's
fucking
like
self.
5 to 1, Joe.
I want to say one thing. Before you talk crazy,
I love you, man. My sister too.
just know.
But you saving your brother right now.
That's my fucking brother.
But you saving him. You gotta save your brother.
I'll be back.
I know, a third time. She'll be back to save him some more. But let me tell you something. I do this shit by my motherfucking self.
Really? Every
Hold up.
fucking song got a
Hold
feature,
up.
John.
Okay, so they were funny throughout the whole night. You saw Fat Joe tell Ja when he said, "I do this by myself." He like, really? Every song you got a feature, Ja. So they did All the Way Up, and then Ja Rule came with, who was that? Him and Case. Everybody that be living it up. What do I do? We do what I do. The Living It Up song. That was a nice song. I didn't think it was better than All the Way Up though. So I gave that to Fat Joe also. So the score right now going into the 7th is 3-3. Fat Joe actually hanging in there. This is where the controversy come in at. And this was real funny too. What I played in the beginning when Ja Rule was telling him, right here. This is where the controversy come in that they were talking about. Right here. Now, it was on Fat Joe, and Fat Joe played the song from Big Pun, his friend that passed away. I don't want to be a player no more. Got to do what everyone will look for. You know that song, I don't know the word. But he played that. And this when the controversy came out with Ja Rule. And this is why Ja Rule had said this right here to him after that song went off. This is what he meant.
Big Pun.
Don't
I
do
love
that.
Pun, but that's not your record, Crack.
Yeah, that's my record.
That's not your fucking record.
I produced that record. That's my record.
You
You ain't
didn't
been
write
watching
it.
verses.
You didn't write it.
You ain't been watching verses,
You
nigga.
produced it.
Executive producer.
That
What do you
don't
want to
count.
do?
You gotta push
Count,
the buttons, nigga.
Yeah,
You
that
gotta hit
count,
the
nigga.
buttons, nigga. Get
You
out of
got
here. That
me
shit
fucked.
don't mean nothing.
Ja
Hey, yo,
Rule, sing
if you
your-
don't hit the buttons, is that producing?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Ja Rule have a point there. And this where the controversy had came in at. He played the song by Big Pun, Don't Want to Be a Player No More. But according to Fat Joe, he produced the song. He was the executive producer. That means he put the money, it was his money that financed the project. And that's why Ja Rule like, nah, that don't count. You got to be involved, like physically pushing a button or behind an instrument or with your pen to the pad. You did none of that. You just came out of your pocket. That's not producing. So he telling them that song don't count. He like, hold on, that's not your song. But even still, Ja Rule answered that song with the song called Lady Say Yeah. Would you ride for me? Would you die? Lady say yeah. I want the good to go crazy. The little leg. He killed them. I gave that to Ja Rule. Whether it was Fat Joe's song or not, it still wasn't better than that song. So I gave that to Ja Rule, down a chick over Big Pun, Player No More. So the score right now is 4-3 going into the 8th song. Fat Joe come on with this sample song like However Do You Want It, the However Do You Want It sample. He used that. and Ja Rule came out with Lil Mo. Him and Lil Mo came out with Vita. That was funny, man, because Fat Joe was talking about how how girls were basically like malnutritioned and unfed, and you know what I'm saying? That was funny, man. You had to see that. That was real funny. I gave that song to Ja Rule, so Ja Rule went up by 2 again over Fat Joe. Going into the 9th song, Fat Joe had another song called What You Want to Do. That was a nice song. But Ja Rule came back and answered with Bobby Brown, Thug Love. And I know you're getting bored dealing with them. I know you miss this loving, thug loving, thug loving. And I know you're getting bored dealing with them. I know you miss my loving, thug loving, thug loving. Killed that. That was nice. I gave that to Ja Rule too. So Ja Rule go up 3 over Fat Joe going into the 10th. And that song, What Y'all Want to Do with Fat Joe, that was a fire song. And that song, However You Want, that was a fire song too. Going all the way up, that was a fire song too. Fat Joe had some hits, and I was surprised, you know. So even though Ja Rule is in the lead now by 3, Fat Joe had some fire songs. Fat Joe come back on to end the first round with a song from DJ Khaled. All we do is win, and go up, and go down, and go down. So he did that. And Ja Rule did a song from Tupac. It was a remix, the Above the Rim soundtrack. Tired of the pain. He did that. That wasn't better than Win. So I gave that to Fat Joe. So the first round ends with this. The first round, I got Fat Joe 4 to Ja Rule 6. Ja Rule up by 2 going into the 3rd round. Going into the 3rd round, DJ Khaled, another DJ Khaled song came in. It was a nice little sample, old school beat, man. And the song was called Feel Like Crack with a little R&B rhythm to it. Nice song, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry. Ja Rule went first in the 2nd round. Ja Rule come out with Jolo, terrible. With J-Lo. Are you LA? You know what I'm saying? And the game then told me. No, it was the other song he did with J-Lo. I forgot that song, but it was another him and J-Lo song. What was the name of that song? Him and J-Lo. The other one he did with her, not the one, not that other one. I'm Real. It was the other one. He do that song, and Fat Joe answered with DJ Khaled. This sample from DJ Khaled called "Feel Like Crack." It did better than that J-Lo song, and I was surprised at that because I thought that song, that J-Lo and Ja Rule song, was going to clearly win, but that wasn't the case. So that song he did with DJ Khaled called "Feel Like Crack," it beat that J-Lo song to me. Then going into the 2nd song, Ja Rule come on with the feature from Ashanti. I wanna be your chick. That song. And then Fat Joe come on this hip hop this song called I Got a New Flex. I don't think it was good enough to beat Ja Rule. So I got Ja Rule winning that, going into the 13th song. Butt Up, Face Down by Fat Joe. He did. And Ja Rule did this one rap, man, called The Last Temptation. I don't think that was good enough. So Fat Joe, I gave Fat Joe that song and I gave Fat Joe that song. And then from here, Fat Joe just going to run. And it was crazy. I never knew he'd go on a run like this. And he hanging with Ja Rule through the whole song. But after that, then Ja Rule come on with the song with him and Mary J. Blige, fire song. Smile for me, rainy days. That song, smile for me, cold song. But then Fat Joe come back with a song he did with him and Chris Brown I had never heard, called Another Round. Man, that song was fire. I had to give it to Fat Joe. I edged Fat Joe on that one. Then Ja Rule come with this song called The Clapback. It was an okay song. It was okay. Fat Joe answered back with this song called I Won't Tell. Another fire song I had never heard. Fire. So Fat Joe already up in his second round, 4-1. Then Ja Rule come back with this song, when you cry, with a more, you cry, we cry together. When you cry, I'm like, okay, Ja finna pull this one. Fat Joe answered that song with him and Nelly. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nelly come out as a feature on that. Man, I had to take Fat Joe and Nelly. Then it didn't stop busting loose, and they was getting it too, man. I gave that to Fat Joe, man. So I got Fat Joe like 5-1 already. 5-1 going into the 17th song. Ja Rule come back with Ashanti. He got this song called Love You, Bae. You know, him and Ashanti. Well, how did that song go? Him and Ashanti, the Love You, Bae song. Then Fat Joe, like, nah, don't go nowhere, Ashanti. Come here, I need you. Then he played his song by Ashanti while she out there. What's Love? What's Love? Did that. Ooh, this fool hot. So I gave that What's Love. I put that What's Love over that Ashanti Ja Rule Love Bag. That was crazy. The thing about Ashanti too in this, when she came out, she couldn't even hardly sing all her songs, man. She just was singing parts of it, like, and then letting the crowd sing the rest. Like, she couldn't. She a very beautiful, sexy girl, but her performance sucks. Ashanti performance sucks. Like, her performance just sucks. It just sucks terribly, man, terribly. But yeah, she on what they used to call Whitney Houston on Living Color, the rhythmless nation. Cause man, that's how Ashanti is, man. She terrible. From there, then Ja Rule come. So I gave it What's Love over there. So I got 6-1 in this second round, going into the 18th song. Ja Rule do Always on Time. I'm not always there when you call. I knew this one was a winner. Even though Fat Joe had a fire song to go against it called Rain on Them, that was a nice song. It just wasn't good enough to beat that Always on Time. And I'm like, man. Then Ja Rule come back with the him and J-Lo. Are you LA? They keep playing it, all your friend. Yeah, yeah. Are you playing? Yeah, yeah. Sick and tired of being alone. Yeah, yeah. My love, oh, real. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way I'm real. That went against this. That went against Fat Joe and Fat Joe. The song he used against that, it was crazy because the song he used against that was the Rockaway song. Remy Ma came out again on a Rockaway song, and she just stole the show again, got off. Like Remy Ma, every time she came out there with him, the song selection that they did, they won it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they won it together. So the Rockaway. So he did the Rockaway song to go against that J-Lo and Ja Rule on Real. I had to get that to the Rockaway. My homie don't dance. We just pull up a pants and do the Rockaway. Now lean back, lean back, lean back. That his anthem. So that was on there. So I got Fat Joe in this second round, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to Ja Rule 2. 7 to Ja Rule 2. Now for the 20th song, it don't count because they did a song together. I got 100 clips, homie. I'm from New York, New York. I got 100 clips. I'm from New York, New York. So they did that, and they ended the show with that together because Fat Joe was featured on that song. So the count I have right here would be 7 to 2 in his second round. 7 to 2. Fat Joe 7, Ja Rule 2. Bringing the total, Ja Rule 8 and Fat Joe 11. I got Fat Joe winning his verses 11 to 8 over Ja Rule. Who would have thought Fat Joe was going to beat Ja Rule? Who? I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that, but I don't know Fat Joe music. I don't know his history, and I'm definitely not buying to it. And because of that, it is what it is. Congratulations to Fat Joe on winning this verse. Nothing.